not to do anything to help out BMF, or else he will get indicted. The next day I talked to him like, bro, where you at? I'm just finna pull up. I left my tour route. But what drove the bus all the way to Miami.
But what's wrong with that though, Mob? Like what's wrong with you knowing that they finna go to jail, right? You knowing they finna get locked up, bro, and you distance yourself from them niggas, bro. Like, bro, that's smart as hell. Why, bro, listen, bro. If you know the boat finna sink, bro, and you got a life jacket, why would you just... It makes no sense, bro. That don't mean young a rat. Yo. Bam, Mark, what it do, man? What's happening with y'all, man? Welcome back to the channel, bro. Good morning, man. It's Monday morning, man. What's happening with y'all, bro? What y'all on, gang? You know what I'm saying? Like 10 o'clock, man. I was supposed to be up. I ain't gonna count. You know what I'm saying? Been watching Love Jones with my love bug. You smell me? But anyway, we got a lot to talk about, bro. And we just gonna get right into it. I go by done. If you new, you know what to do. Like, comment, sub it up, man. Ring that bell. After you ring that bell, hit all so you don't miss the video, folk. And we gotta talk about Poetic FLAKKO, man. Now, I'm not a FLAKKO hater. I'm not FLAKKO K, you feel what I'm saying? But I feel like FLAKKO has went completely, like he done lost his damn mind, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm chilling, right? Slouching the couch, and y'all know how I do it. And I run across a video, and it basically says that he's a rat. And I'm like, who's a rat? And I look at the thumbnail, folk, and he talking about the snowman. I'm like, no, I'm like, I know he... Now, I ain't gonna cap, bro. I may be a tad bit biased, bro, because I am a Jeezy fan, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Jeezy's fan base would be called. Like, you know, Nicki got the Barbs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Cardi B got, but, you know, Beyonce got the Beehive. If Jeezy did have a fan base, I would be the head, N-word in charge. You smell me? I rock out with Young, bro. Ain't nothing better than Young, bro. You feel me? Y'all can say I'm glazing. It don't even matter. So I'm like, look, bro, if FLAKKO gonna get up here and talk about Young, if FLAKKO gonna speak on Atlanta business, then I'm gonna get up here and I'm gonna see what poppin'. And he better not have not one discrepancy, bro, or I'm gonna flame his big ass up. I ain't even capping. Hell wrong with him, bro. Calling the snowman a rat, bro. Look at it. Look at it. He done got him a Fred haircut, you know what I'm saying? Got him an LA hat, got on the fear of God, and he think he could just say what he want to say. Let's see what he talking about, though.
Young Jeezy has been outed as a rat, has been outed as a cooperator. This time, he wasn't outed by Blue Da Vinci or Gucci Mane, his usual ops. No, he's been outed by the FBI themselves. The snitching allegations on Jeezy is actually centered around the two biggest storylines of his career: his beef with Gucci Mane and his association with BMF.
FLAKKO, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, we ain't gonna get up here and disrespect Young like Young ain't do nothing for hip-hop, bro. We ain't gonna act like Jeezy ain't basically create a lane, or Jeezy ain't, you know what I mean? Like, come on, FLAKKO. Come on, bro. His main two stories and man, come on, bro. Stop it, Flock. I ain't gonna cap. The Gucci Mane junk, it was something big, but like you can't discredit what Young did for rap, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only get a couple of people in rap who actually changed the trajectory of it. You feel me? You had what? Snapping paw, snap your fingers. You know what I'm saying? You had that. Was that might have been before Lil Jon. But I'm gonna say Lil Jon changed it. You know what I'm saying? Lil Jon changed it. You feel me? And all of this is in Atlanta. Atlanta really, like, we like, come on, man. We trendsetters, you feel me? I say Lil Jon birthed people. We gotta think. Lil Jon birthed people like Pastor Troy. You feel me? The whole crunk era. Lil Jon birthed that, bro. Then after crunk, I think you had your dancing era, bro. Laffy Taffy. That Laffy Taffy, you feel what I'm saying? And now walk it out. You feel what I'm saying? Even before the crunk era, you had like Kilo Ali. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. We ain't gonna even talk about Outkast, Goody Mob. You feel me? So then after that dancing era, everybody was dancing. T.I. came with the trap, you feel me? But T.I. was more like a corner boy. T.I. was more like selling nicks and dimes. Jeezy came talking that weight talk. Jeezy came talking that money on talk, you feel me? Yeah. Gucci Mane really didn't change hip hop. Shout out to WAP, but WAP was a robber. WAP didn't really change nothing, but then after that, Future came. And Future birthed a lot of rappers. And that's where it at right now. So we ain't gonna get up here and discredit Young like that, Flop.
Back in 2005, when Gucci Mane and Jeezy was beefing, their beef actually led to somebody being murdered. A man called Pookie Loc.
Long live Pookie Loc.
Friends of Jeezy. Now, the publicized story of this is Gucci Mane caught the body in self-defense. However, Gucci Mane was initially charged, then it was dropped due to self-defense, and we learned all about Gucci Mane's legal troubles due to this murder. But what's not told is that murder of Pookie Loc actually got Jeezy on the Feds' radar. And the Feds actually blame Jeezy more for that murder than they blame Gucci Mane. If you guys are kind of blurry about what exactly happened between Gucci Mane and Jeezy, let me, redraw your memory real quick.
With Gucci Mane and Jeezy leading the way in Atlanta rap, it was only inevitable that a collab would come soon. In 2005, Gucci Mane and Jeezy would record 2 songs together. The first song was Black Tees, which was a response to Dem Franchise Boys' hit song White Tee. And the second song was So...
It wasn't no response, bro. It was like a remake. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody know, like, the robbers, the gangsters, like, they wore black tees. They didn't really rock white tees. So they, Gucci and Jeezy and them came out in my black tee. You feel me? Because that's what they wore. What, like, a response make it seem like they would like, what the, who the hell be coming up with this?
Icy, or just Icy. So Icy would go crazy in the streets almost immediately, and would then be featured as the main single on Trap House 1. The song was such a massive hit that even high schools across the country banned the iconic snowman tee that Jeezy wore in the video. But as time went on, rumors surfaced that Jeezy may have been upset with how things went. Although it's still not 100% clear why Jeezy was upset, we can assume it has something to do with the fact that he wanted the song to be on his upcoming album. He quickly took to the studio to release a diss track titled Stay Strapped, where at the end of the song, he would put a $10,000...
Gucci dissed Jeezy first, bro. Like, come on, who is this? FLAKKO, where did you get this video from, bro? You got to be tapped in. Jeezy just didn't come out and diss Gucci. Gucci dissed Young first, bro. This is round 1, Gucci Mane, F Jeezy.
bounty on Gucci's So Icy chain.
Real talk, I got a bounty on that shit. Team Stacks, man, you know Jeezy.
Alright, we know about the bounty. Where we going with this?
Never performed their song live, which he felt they were missing out on a huge part of promotion. Because once again, this is in the days where live shows made a huge impact on getting your music heard. But Jeezy didn't stop, and he continued the beef. Over the coming weeks, the petty beef would turn into something much more. One summer evening, Gucci would go home with a stripper after a party, just a month after the So Icy hit.
Bro, y'all know the story, right? Y'all know the story, right? Jeezy allegedly had Gucci, you know what I'm saying, tried to get Gucci killed, robbed, or something. I don't know, but we gonna skip that, bro. We already know that story. Okay.
About it.
For some reason, Jeezy has always maintained his innocence and denied that he sent men to kill Gucci. He's always says he's innocent. However, the fans wasn't buying it, Gucci wasn't buying it, and the fans weren't buying it. Stay with me, okay? At this point in Jeezy's life in 2005, everything was going downhill for him. His homie died trying to kill Gucci. His crew that he was rolling with at the time, BMF, well, they...
Bro, 2005 was like the best, 2005, 06 were like the best times in Young. What the hell is FLAKKO talking? I think FLAKKO just get on this mug and he just say anything, bro. Like 2005, 06 were like the best moments of Jeezy's career, bro. What do you mean everything was going down? Because Pookie Loc died? I don't even think Jeezy and Pookie Loc was really that close. Like straight up. Mac time tap in, bro. You feel me? Now I ain't gonna cap. I think Pookie Loc probably ran with Jeezy. Both of them was crippin'. But I don't think Pookie Loc was probably more close to Kinky B and them, bro. He want Jeezy. Like, come on, man. Now if you would have said Jeezy used these guys, okay, I could dig that. But saying his career, his life was going downhill because Then BMF, his crew. BMF was not Jeezy's crew. That was Meech's crew. Jeezy was just a great rapper who Meech took to and let him come be around him.
Got indicted for a RICO. Now, everybody got indicted but Jeezy. And a lot of people was very confused about that. Because even Blue Da Vinci got indicted. And
Blue Da Vinci, we ain't gonna talk about Blue
Da Vinci, you can probably make an argument, was around BMF just as much as Jeezy was around BMF.
Blue Da Vinci was selling dope for BMF, bro. See, man, I think like FLAKKO shouldn't even spoke on it because he don't know nothing about it. He don't know the logistics of it, bro. He on the outside looking in. He ain't even like, bro. You had to actually be in Atlanta and be around to even understand that. You know what I'm saying? Blue Da Vinci wasn't just a rapper for BMF. Blue Da Vinci actually was Blue Da Vinci had that weight. Blue Da Vinci was one of them guys who was hustling, bro. But he could rap to Meech, not to us, because I think he tried. But I'm just saying, so Meech was like, look, bro, you going to be the rapper, but hey, that still don't, you still got to move. You still got to do your job. So it ain't like Blue Da Vinci was a rapper and Jeezy was a rapper and Jeezy didn't get indicted and Blue did. Hell no. Jeezy was never a rapper for BMF. Jeezy was more like I don't want to call him a fan, but he was more like Meech's friend, I think. I don't even think, bro, when Jeezy met Meech, I don't even think Jeezy was in the streets no more. That's like saying T.I. should have got indicted. That's like saying Jay-Z should have, like, P. Diddy, all these guys was hanging around Meech, bro.
Well, Blue Da Vinci did a Ken Capone interview a couple of years ago. And during this interview, Blue Da Vinci broke down how Jeezy got out of being indicted with BMF.
Jeezy won BMF,
the
bro.
feds initially came and indicted Big Meech and everybody associated with BMF.
Jeezy wasn't BMF.
Like, ooh, old white lady, do you know that Gunna told you was a bitch? Like all that shit, bitch ass shit. I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm cut from the cloth that you got your information on whoever is the rat, and you got it in black and white. And you understand?
They say Blue Da Vinci a rat. That's what Meech say. Meech said it. Lil Meech said it. Even though Lil Meech a rat too. J-Bo, all them boys, they say Blue cooperated, bro, to get some time cut. Like, I don't even, like, come on, man.
Saying what went on with such case or whatever, you feel me? So, you know, when it come down to me, it's just different.
Was Jeezy in the paperwork?
Hell yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's public information. You can look up right now on your phone. Man testifies about Jeezy's cocaine selling. Type in your phone something like that. You're going to see one of the two name and lights. Ralph Sims, the same that told about the limo that tried to say I told. Ralph Sims, Ralphie. Told on Jeezy, told everything Jeezy ever did. Jeezy had like 12. Jeezy had more statements on him than me. What you talking about? But no, he didn't get indicted because he did some more other shit. I feel like that. I know some things he did, like he turned Meech cars into the feds. That same Porsche truck and that Ferrari I was talking about a while before, he came to Miami and doing some lie detector tests about this gun case he caught one year in 2006 when I went to go meet him. We had a shootout, not against him, but some other, like when me and him start trying to talk, some other popped it off with us and we ended up having a shootout and he ended up going to jail for a gun. If anybody is familiar with that Miami case, him and Twin came back to do a polygraph test supposed to be for that shit. And the security said that the Meech cars pulled up on flatbeds, nigga, into the federal building when he went and did it, when he was inside for his meeting or whatever. So I know he turned in the cars. Ain't no telling what people be doing, bro. That's all I know he did. And then he told about how the gun case that was already thrown out at the state level, and then the feds picked it back up. So everybody look up Big House. You look up Big House. He was a security for Jay-Z. He was a security for Big Meech. He was also a security for Young Jeezy. Yeah, Jeezy put the people on his ass, and he'll let you know. You look him up, he talking his story, and you know.
This the thing though. When Blue Da Vinci got out of prison and he was trying to get his rap career back moving or whatever, he called Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? But word on the streets was Blue was hot. Like, bro, you just got out the chain gang for this, and they saying that you telling. So Jeezy played him to the left. Jeezy was like, Blue who? like any street guy would have done. Like, bro, why is you calling my phone and you fresh off the press, my boy? Why is you calling my phone and you know these folk probably looking at your every move, gang? You know what I'm saying? So him talking about Jeezy turned in MEECH card, bro, we don't know if that's factual or not. But if Jeezy was such a slime ball, if Jeezy was such a rat, then why would you call him when you get out of the chain gang? If you know all of this, if you know he the feds, he the police, he put the police on folk, why would you try to link with him though? Hey man, y'all let me know what y'all think.
Got all these people with these accounts of these people that's out here. Sorry, y'all, I just be the bearer of bad news because 10 years go by and people act like they ain't never heard nothing, don't know nothing. Like, hold on, the selective politics shit gotta stop.
If you look at that BMF indictment, they were indicting people, I'm talking about at the low level, just an association. Right? Yo, you was claiming BMF, Rico. Yo, there were people on that case who did like 2 years.
Young ain't never claimed BMF
like,
though.
Low level involvement with BMF. But Jeezy, who was with BMF on a daily basis, was not charged.
He ain't never claimed it though, bro.
This story has been told by Blue Da Vinci and other members for years, but because they are at a point in their careers where they aren't as successful as Jeezy, it's always been looked at, man, they hating.
J-Bo ain't never say Jeezy was a rat. Lil Meech ain't never had nothing bad to say about Jeezy. I'm pretty sure if his dad told him some crazy stuff about Jeezy, he probably would, like, come on, man. Meech mama ain't never had nothing bad to say about Jeezy. Meech ain't came out and said nothing bad about Jeezy. T ain't said nothing bad about Jeezy, bro. Ain't nobody said nothing bad about Jeezy but the people who Meech really don't like. Come on, man.
Now, Blue Da Vinci would also will also give another point, like in his interview. At the time he believed, or where he began to think, oh yeah, Jeezy is cooperating with the feds, was with the records and the contracts, right? So Blue Da Vinci was trying to get off the ground, trying to get the music hot again. He had a record with Jeezy. Now, Jeezy was supposed to clear the record, sign the contract, so it could go. He dropped the record, and the record got pulled from the radio. That's because Jeezy never signed the contract. And he pursued that.
FLAKKO, what the hell do any of this got to do with Jeezy snitching, bro? Like, god damn, get to the point, bro. Like, come on.
You're about to hear him explain how the pursuit of trying to get Jeezy to sign that contract led him to think, oh,
And all the shit. It was getting promoted correctly. All the numbers was right. I was like 300 and some spins a week on my BDS at the time. And I got a call from my team. It was like, bro, they talking about, it was like a Tuesday. I think it was a Tuesday, if I am mistaken. I was on the road on my tour bus, and I got a call from my team, and they said that on Thursday, in 2 days, they gonna pull the record from radio if they don't get Jeezy and CTE signature. They wasn't signed off for the record. So I like, what? I'm like, all right, hold on, bro. Let me call this and blah, blah, blah. So I called it. And this wasn't the first time I called him about that. It was already mentioned before they dropped the shit. So they dropped it, and we still didn't have the signatures. And I think it was dropped on good faith that we was going to get the signatures from Alan Grunblatt at Koch. They got the shit. They worked it out with Clear Channel or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? So the record could stay up there, and they was telling them they going to have the paperwork or however it went. But them motherfuckers, I called Jeezy. He swear up and down to God in heaven. He signed off and all this shit. But I had my signature. Then my signature for BMF Entertainment as the owner. Then we had Alan M's signature from Koch. Then we had Desert Storm was signed off. I had those signatures. I saw them with my eyes. Then I think I had, at this time, was Jay Brown's signature from Def Jam. He was the vice president of Def Jam at that time. I believe his signature was on my record for Def Jam.
He gets tired of calling Jeezy because Jeezy is clearly giving him the runaround. He don't understand why Jeezy don't want to clear the record. So he tells Jeezy, I'm going to pull up on you. Now, when he pulls up on Jeezy, when they're talking, an altercation broke out and a shootout happened. They never really got to finish their like conversation. Jeezy ultimately does like like a polygraph test for the incident to prove
okay.
that he was not the one that shot, and like he fought a case for it, et cetera, right? But at the conclusion of this, Blue Da Vinci came to the conclusion, oh, Jeezy is cooperating with the feds, and the feds is probably telling him not to do anything to help out BMF, or else he will get indicted.
And they I talked to him like, bro, where you at? I'm just finna pull up. I left my tour route.
But what is
drove the bus all the way to Miami.
But what's wrong with that though, Mob? Like what's wrong with you knowing that they finna go to jail, right? You knowing they finna get locked up, bro, and you distance yourself from them niggas, bro. Like, bro, that's smart as hell. Why, bro, listen, bro. If you know the boat finna sink, bro, and you got a life jacket, why would you just... It makes no sense, bro. That don't mean Young a rat. That mean Young was like, bro, I ain't finna get tied up in this, man. I'm about to jump on this lifeboat and I'm about to go. You smell me? It was fun while it lasted. Nah, does that make him a rat? No. Does it kind of make him a messed up individual? Yes. Because he was banging BMF. He was rocking with BMF while BMF was BMF. But when it was time for the ship to sink, he CTE. Him and MEECH was just friends. They ain't never had no business together. You feel me? So if the feds came to Young and said, hey, man, you better stay away from Blue. You better stay away from MEECH. You better stay away from J-Bo. You better stay away from BMF as a whole, bro. And he said, all right, what the hell wrong with that? He ain't grow up with them niggas, man. Even the people Young grew up with, everybody say he's selfish. He's slimy, bro. I don't get it. That don't make him a rat.
To go have a conversation with Jeezy about the record being signed off, and that's when that shootout happened that I was just talking about previously. I went to talk to him about that record. That's what the conversation was about. I was coming to meet him and confront him about the shit with all of this shit with me. And before, as soon as we start talking, Tula was walking down the street with dreads, and they're like, oh shit, there go Jeezy, dog. And they're like, oh, and Blue, that Jeezy and Blue, nigga, that's BMF right there, nigga.
They ain't say that. No, they didn't. They didn't say they go Blue. He capping. Ain't nobody said that shit. Ain't no. They said, hey, boy, that go Jeezy, boy. Boy, that go Jeezy. Nobody said that go Jeezy and Blue. No, they did not say that. He capping. He rap capping.
Oh, bro, let us get a picture. And then my little cousin twin, big twin, he like, oh, nigga, they ain't taking no picture. You see they trying to talk, so the little, like, well, yeah. And then the twin fired him, boom. And that's what started that shit that ended up to the shootout. And me and him never talked about the record right there, because that fight turned into a shootout, turned into we all ran, turned into Jeezy got locked up for the gun. And then later on, Jeezy went back to have a polygraph test about that situation. That was all about that day. I went to meet him to talk about why he didn't sign off on my record with me, him, and Jeezy, and they pulled it from the radio. And I believe he couldn't because the feds had jacked him and told him, nigga, if you help these niggas, and the same reason why he couldn't do the deal with us. Same reason why he couldn't put his name on the contract, because the contract ensues help to BMF, and they struck his ass down and told him they were going to put your ass in prison if you continue to help Big.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think that's rap cap. MEECH ain't came out and said that. Ain't nobody else came out and said that Jeezy's name is nowhere near their case, bro. You feel me? I don't think the feds told Jeezy that. Why wouldn't the feds want to lock Jeezy's ass up, bro? Why wouldn't they? Like this make no sense, bro. Why wouldn't the feds want to lock Jeezy up? Young Jeezy. The biggest name in hip hop around 05, 06, bro. Why wouldn't they want to lock his ass up, bro? Get his ass off the streets, bro. Like, it makes no sense. So you saying the feds like the Young Jeezy music so much. They like Jeezy as a person so much, bro, that they said, look, if you sign with BMF, if you help BMF, if you do a record with Blue Da Vinci, bro, we gonna lock your ass up with the rest of them. Hell no, that's not what happened. I can guarantee you that, bro. Jeezy knew what y'all was doing. Jeezy is a street guy. Kinky B, they're street guys. Coach K, they're street guys, bro. They use y'all lifestyle to get Jeezy up through there. They never wanted to be BMF. They never even really wanted to hang with y'all. But they needed a lifestyle. They needed a look. So they used MEECH, bro. You feel me? They were never BMF, ever. Jeezy was never going to sign with BMF, ever. He used y'all, bro. See, FLAKKO, you need to tap deep down into stuff before you start talking about stuff, bro. Like, if you ain't got it in no black and white that Jeezy's a snitch or Jeezy's a rat, bro, you shouldn't even brought this to the internet, gang. And this why your ass got shot at. This why so many people be ready to get on your ass, FLAKKO. Because you see shit, you see views, and you see dollar signs, and you run with it. Not knowing who you going up against, bro. You feel me? Like, come on, gang. Like, you just don't put rat on the man's name, which I don't think he care, but still.
And blue in that BMF shit, you gotta fully pull away from that shit. Like, there ain't nobody else stopped quitting the mob. He the only in history that just stopped.
Cause he's smart. The rest of y'all are idiots. The rest of y'all are dumb. The rest of y'all had life jackets and you sat on the ship and just sank with the motherfucker. Not only something, most of y'all told. Most of BMF ratted, bruh. Most of them ratted, including Blue. That's what MEECH say. I don't know. That's what MEECH say, though. That's what J-Bo say. They ain't never said Jeezy ratted. The only thing they ever said about Jeezy was he didn't hold MEECH down, which means that he didn't send no commissary. He didn't get no lawyers. He didn't do none of that. You want to know why he didn't do none of that? Because he didn't want to be indicted. Come on, bro. This is rap cap. This is rap cap.
Claiming a mob.
Up until this point, it's been a theory. It's been one of those things that just floated around. People essentially came to the conclusion, man, these is hating niggas trying to tear down Jeezy, who's a successful black man who done beat the streets. All right, these ninjas is hating.
All right, so what a black and white at, FLAKKO?
A former FBI agent who was actually tasked with investigating this RICO and indicting Jeezy on a RICO, he spoke. Now, apparently, when Pookie Loc got killed by Gucci Mane, and it was believed that Jeezy sent Pookie Loc and them to murder or kill Gucci Mane, and it just backfired, the federal agent would say, they had witnesses, they had wiretaps, they had everything. They were seconds away from indicting Jeezy on a clear-cut, open and shut RICO for the murder of Pookie Loc, kind of like how they did with YFL Lucci, where YFL Lucci went sliding on the ops. His homies hop out, start shooting. The ops shot back. The homie died. They charged YFL Lucci with a RICO for his homie's murder. They was going to do the same with Jeezy. But the FBI agent would say something very odd happened that stopped all of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say the guy's name.
Asking the FBI agent, did you ever have one that got away? Okay, this is the FBI agent, okay.
Because he's pretty famous, and to be fair, he was never charged with a crime. But we had these two rappers in Atlanta in the early 2000s, and they were beefing with each other, trading diss tracks, the whole thing. Then rapper number one, the famous one, orders his goons to go beat up rapper number two and steal this gaudy gold and diamond necklace he wore in all of his videos, and that's where it got interesting. The goon squad shows up at rapper number two's place. He pulls a gun and starts shooting. One of the attackers gets hit, makes it about 200 yards away from the house before he drops dead. Rapper number two is arrested for murder, but it's dismissed as self-defense. And the real criminal here is rapper number one, who ordered the violent act that got his man killed.
But that was never, like, nobody ever proved that, though. You do know it was two other guys with Pookie Loc. Why they ain't never say Jeezy sent Pookie Loc to do that, bro? Even in Macon, they don't say Jeezy sent Pookie Loc to do that. You feel me? They say Pookie Loc did it like cause he felt like Jeezy was his homie. He felt like Guwap was disrespecting Cuz. So he was like, Cuz ain't gotta throw me nothing, Cuz ain't gotta do nothing for me. I'm finna go get rid of this nigga, fuck Cuz. And he probably felt like Jeezy was gonna kind of look out. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I had the phone records of two witnesses prepared to testify for what would have been a rock-solid RICO murder case.
Okay.
And for reasons that were never explained to me, the U.S. Attorney's Office declined prosecution, and rapper number one went on to have a phenomenally successful career. Oh well. Win some, lose some.
Obviously, he's implying that Jeezy.
Bro, how does this mean Jeezy is a rat, bro? How? How does this mean Jeezy is a snitch, bro? Let's do a big mama.
Because the Fed feds just abruptly abandoning their plans to charge someone with a clear-cut RICO don't just happen without some form of cooperation. However, in the comment section, he only...
But that's what you saying, FLAKKO. That FBI agent, he didn't say that. That's what you saying. You seem to think that because you so tapped into the streets. You the king of LA. So you know how street politics go. So you know the feds, if the feds got a clear-cut RICO, they ain't gonna drop it and let somebody tell, right? Because you done been told on. Because you done been caught up in drug cases. Because you done been caught up in gun cases. Because you like that, right? See, now I see why people like Rich Trapper and ODM Slim say you be speaking on stuff that you really don't know nothing about, that you really ain't got no business speaking on, bro. Because you don't know nothing about BMF, Jeezy, or nobody, but you speaking on it, though. And see, that's why folk be want to get rid of your big ass. That's why folk be want to roll your big ass up like a fruit roll up and just toss you, my boy. No diddy. Because you, like, come on, bro.
So, obviously, he's implying that Jeezy told.
How, bro?
Abandoning their plans to charge someone with a clear-cut RICO don't just happen without some form of cooperation. However, in the comment section, he only liked their...
Bro, how is he implying? I must be missing something, Mark. Hold on.
Or he drops dead. Rapper number 2 is arrested for murder, but it's dismissed as self-defense. And the real criminal here is rapper number 1, who ordered the violent act that got his man killed. I had the phone records and 2 witnesses prepared to testify for what would have been a rock-solid RICO murder case. But for reasons that were never explained to me, the U.S. Attorney's Office declined prosecution, and rapper number 1 went on to have a phenomenally successful career. Oh well, win some, lose some.
Obviously, he's implying that Jeezy told. Because the feds just abruptly abandoning their plan.
How is he applying that Jeezy told, though? That's what I ain't getting. How is that FBI agent implying that Jeezy told? How?
To charge someone with a clear-cut RICO don't just happen without some form of cooperation. However, in the comment section, he only liked and responded back to 2 comments. The first comment he liked and responded back to was Jeezy and Gucci. And he says, I mean, you said it, I didn't. Playing it coy. The other comment that he responded back to and liked, also playing it coy, was, well, the BMF theory. Somebody commented.
So Jeezy cooperated with the feds on MEECH. So when this happened, he got a pass.
So when this happened, he got a pass.
Bro, where is the black and white, bro? Where is the black and white, bro?
That was woke.
Now I do understand we in the YouTube streets. So in the YouTube streets, you really don't have to have black and white, bro. But I mean, like, come on, bro. FLAKKO is very adamant about Jeezy snitching, bro.
Was being implied in the video. And by imply, I mean the FBI agent knows exactly what happened. He knows exactly what the theory is. And he knows this is the truth. And he responded back and liked it. And he says, interesting theory. I guess now we have our answers. I guess now we know why Jeezy was never charged when BMF was charged, even though literally any and everyone who was rolling around calling themselves BMF got charged.
T.I. didn't get charged. Jay-Z ain't get charged. Diddy ain't get charged. Fabulous ain't get charged. These are just rappers who I've seen myself in videos with Big Meech and BMF, bro. The Brat ain't get charged. Kurt Frost, Rashida, Jermaine Dupri. None of these people got charged, bro. None of them. Come on, man.
Literally any and everyone, bro. Now we know why. And now we know why exactly Jeezy was never charged with the RICO for his homie being murdered by Gucci Mane. But y'all let me know in the comment section.
Nigga, cause they couldn't prove it. They couldn't prove it, bro. Like, you ain't made no sense just then, bro. The only thing Jeezy is guilty of is being a L man's, bro. Is being a horrible friend, bro. I don't think Young is a rat, bro. I'm just being straight up. I just don't believe that Young is a rat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, I can break this shit down all day, and that's why I wanna go to No Jumper. I wanna pod with these guys, cause they don't know nothing about nothing. They just talk about everything. The reason Jeezy wasn't charged in the BMF RICO is because they could not prove that Jeezy actually got cocaine from Big Meech, bro, and moved it, bro. When Jeezy started rocking with BMF, bro, Jeezy was out of the dope game. Coach K told Jeezy it's a good idea to go over there and rock with them guys. Kinky B really didn't even want to do it because Kinky B felt like they were solidified in the Mac Town. Kinky B and Jeezy felt like we done did our thing in the streets, bro. Just rap about it. Coach K said, no, we got to rap about this lifestyle right here, though. You feel me? Now, the whole Pookie Loke, Gucci Mane, junk, man, Jeezy say he didn't send Pookie Loke over there, bro. He say Pookie Loke went on his own. Now, as far as this FBI agent saying he had 2 witnesses that was going to basically testify against Jeezy, maybe the DA, Fannie Willis them, whoever misloved them, maybe they knew, okay, they're lying. They still had no proof, so they had to drop it. FLAKKO, man, bro, I ain't gonna cap, bro. You the homie, bro. You cool beans and all, but dog, you way out of pocket for this one, bro. You way out of pocket for this one. Young trying to enjoy his retirement, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this orchestra trap stuff, and you just done came out and called Jeezy a rat to get clicks, views, and likes and things of that nature. Somebody gonna end up hurting your ass, bro. See, that's why your ass can't go nowhere. That's why you gotta sit up in that stinking ass high all day and make videos. You can't go out. Because you don't just state your opinion, bro. You like to state your opinion like that shit be factual. And there's nothing factual about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't on no ODM slim tight joint. I ain't on no rich trapper tight joint. I don't want nothing bad to happen to FLAKKO. I think FLAKKO cool folk. But at the end of the day, bro, before you put rat on somebody's name and try to defame them, bro, you need to actually know the facts. Because you listening to Blue Da Vinci, who Big MEECH, J-Bo, T, all those guys have said he's a rat. They say his name is in black and white. They say Jeezy's name ain't in no black and white. They say the only thing they got against Jeezy is that he did nothing for MEECH or BMF. And the reason I feel like he did nothing for him was because he was trying to distance himself. I did a reaction, bro, when Jeezy was sitting down with Coach. And Jeezy said they was in Miami one time, right? And he saw black trucks and people with antennas and things, and they was pointing them up to his room, and he said that's when he knew, I gotta get the hell up out of here. And I said in that reaction, if Jeezy didn't tell MEECH what he saw, he is a L mans, bro. He's not a good dude. He's not a good friend. But he don't have to be a good friend, bro. Not being a good person, not being a good friend, that doesn't make you a rat. Be careful, FLAKKO. Tread lightly, man. Because you don't know what somebody will do about their reputation. Straight up. But hey, though, I ain't trying to get y'all no angle. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like that video. Don't forget to sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure you ring that bell. After you ring that bell, make sure you hit all, because on these y'all be missing now one of these banging folk. You feel me? 5800 by the day, though. Mob life for no life. Mob wasn't no way, man. I know how we coming. OTM, we gonna scrap the mud. I'm gonna catch y'all on that next video. Let's get it. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap, too. I say my trap doing numbers, I just bust another jewel, got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer, got a quarter pound on me, hey. The trap doing numbers, the trap doing